Here's some information about the entity Paint Zero, or Satman. Satman is the first entity you may encounter throughout the B section, and the 16th entity you will encounter throughout rooms, though detailed, as a whole. More information about Satman will be presented in the following sections below. Satman will stand and move slowly to random directions, and he will say, "Do not friend me, or I am mad." This shows that Satman doesn't want to be friends, or is sour from the lack of friendship, unlike Happy Man. When Satman spawns, he will make his debut at the previous room behind you. Once he appears, he will say a random voice line, while playing low-sounding ambience. During Satman's lifetime, he will talk and wander around the room, similar to Happy Man, except he will stay stationary most of the time. After 5 to 10 seconds, Satman will scream, emit particles, and then despawn, acting almost exactly like Happy Man. Here's some information about the entity B5. B5 is the second entity you will encounter throughout the B section, and the 17th entity you will encounter throughout rooms, though detailed, as a whole. More information about B5 will be presented in the following sections below. B5 appears to be a green frowning face, along with some eyes that are stretched upward slightly. It also has teeth, which give B5 an overall creepy appearance, and can also give off an appearance similar to Angry Man. When B5 spawns, it will make its debut at the next room's door. During B5's lifetime, it will wander around the room. Unlike other wanderers, B5 will only become aggressive if you or another player go near B5. If players go near B5, he will become enraged. When he does, he will freeze the specified player, similar to Birdman. Then, it will begin making breathing noises, and then attack the player, dealing 20 to 30 damage at a time. After B5's enraging sequence is done, it will have a short cooldown before it can attack another player. After some time, B5 will eventually despawn, leaving a pixelated noise behind. Here's some information about the entity B15. B15 is the third entity you will encounter throughout the B section, and the 19th entity you will encounter throughout rooms, though detailed, as a whole. More information about B15 will be presented in the following sections below. B15 appears to be a frowning blue distorted face with long, narrow eyes with elongated pupils that give it a haunting appearance. The blue hue of the face adds to its eerie quality, making it seem almost otherworldly. The distorted features only add to the unsettling nature of the face, leaving a lasting impression on those who see it. When B15 spawns, it will make its debut at the front of the current room and give off a revealing title audio, which may surprise you once you hear it. Once this audio plays, B15 will go to a locker. Unlike other locker checkers, B15 will break a locker instead of checking it. During its lifetime, B15 may break 2 lockers instead of 1. After this short period, B15 will then despawn. Here's some information about the entity B25. B25 bears extremely similar features to A25. Its eyes are now roughly the same size, and it portrays a cyan color. It also emits the same colored light in game. As of progressing, you may notice that the B-section version of A25, B25, will speed gain unlike A25, and also for A275, do not be confused with the following speed gaining entities, A275 and G88. You may notice it is the B-section. B25 is extremely similar to A25. It acts similar to any runner-type entity and emits a beep sound, as a spawn cue to alert players not to B-25, will then make its way from B000 all the way to the current door and collide into it before returning back. After returning back to the lobby, B-25 will repeat this process a random amount of times, likely being not in all but 3 times. Its unique trait that differs it from A25 is its unique mechanic to rapidly get faster every second, and can reach a speed up to 578 rooms per second. Here's some information about the entity P40. P40 appearance resembles a distorted version of the winning smile made by Roblox, featuring static effects. Initially, P40 had an older version before receiving the latest update. The older version closely resembled the winning smile made by Roblox. However, the current iteration of P40 exhibits noticeable distortions and static effects, setting it apart from the previous version. P40 spawns in the previous room. It will appear inside a DD. After a brief idle period of approximately (2 seconds, P40 will start pleading for help, expressing a desire to be freed, and will say a DD sound can't be heard before this, but that's only to make the player curious and kill the player. Once the audio stops, P40 will proceed to check all the lockers in the current room. Doesn't matter how far the current room is. After completing this action, P40 will return to the DD and disappear. To survive this encounter, hide under a table or retreat to the previous room and hide. Here's some information about the entity P55. P55 is a photorealistic grayscale eye with black eyelashes that is accompanied by deep black fog. There are also thin white lines around the entity's eye and eyelashes. P55 can spawn anytime after the player passes the door gate 055. When it spawns, it will play a distorted version of Macintosh Crash Chime, warning the players of its arrival. After the chime ends, it will start its ambient sound and slowly make its way to gate 000. P55 can randomly despawn before reaching gate 000. If any player gets out of their hiding spot while P55 is on its way, P55 will redound back to the player. Here's some information about the entity P60. P60 is the 7th entity that players will encounter in Section B during gameplay. Its spawning commences upon a player's arrival at or opening of the door to room 8060. There is a probability of its appearance each time a door beyond 8060 is opened, and its speed increases with each subsequent encounter, albeit still slower than that of B25. Upon reaching the main room, B60 will pause momentarily before plummeting through the ground and disappearing. Here's some information about the entity B120. B120 is the first table checker in the B section. It functions similar to B140's Mod 2, B140 and Mod 2 will be later mentioned entities. The walls in the B section now have markings on a wall in the room that looks like B120, but the markings are transparent. When B120 spawns, the markings in the wall in the previous room will be easily visible when spawning. B120 will appear out of the wall from the markings that look like itself. After a bit, it will play its sound cue. Once spawned, it will check all tables slowly in the current room. After finishing the search, B120 will return to the face in the wall where it spawned from, and despawn. The entity acts similar to B40, except checking tables and much slower instead of lockers. B120 has quite a small hitbox, so you can stay away from it to prevent killing yourself if there are no lockers in the main room. Here's some information about the entity B140. B140 appears to be a thin green grid that looks like A1C1. Unlike A1C1, they have a very wide grin. B140 is a heavily edited version of SCP-087-B's face with 2 of the edited faces of it joining together. This entity functions similarly to most locker/table checkers, but with a unique twist. B-140 spawns outside the map and remains idle for approximately 5 seconds before teleporting 50 rooms away from the main room. Then rushes to the main room, with green lights illuminating specific lockers and tables along the way. Upon reaching the main room, they remain stationary for a few seconds. Next, B-140 splits into 2 bisects, each casually sporting a different appearance from the main entity. Following the split, Mod 1, the smiling bisect, checks the lockers lit up with green light in the main room and the previous rooms, while Mod 2, the frowning bisect, does the same with the tables. B-140 is capable of spawning only 2 clones, but in reality, they are extensions of B-140 themselves, which extends B-140's lifetime. After the clones have inspected the hiding spots in the previous 3?5 rooms, they reunite in the main room. Before they separated, the clones or Mod 1 and Mod 2 merge into a single entity, reforming B-140. This unified entity then proceeds to rush towards Mate 000, steadily increasing B-140's speed every once in a while, and instantly disappear upon reaching Mate 000. Here's some information about the entity B-170. B-170 is the 10th entity and also the second and final locker checker in the B section. The entity appears to be a multi-monster like A60, except with a few more faces and a few different sprites. Some of B-170's sprites are the exact sprites that A60 uses. B-170's first face looks like a generic face, but with realistic eyes, no nose, and a mouth in the shape of a V.B-170's second face looks like SCP-087B's face, except monochrome, and a bit more intimidating. B-170's third face looks like a demon face with intimidating sharp teeth. B-170's fourth face looks like SCP-087B's face, except gray, and frowning instead of smiling. B-170's fifth face is SCP-087B's face. B-170's sixth face looks like a hino, but with one eye. B-170's seventh and final face looks like the iconic A60's fourth face, except pixelated and white. Here's some information about the entity B-200. B-200 exhibits a distorted and melting appearance reminiscent of the CE face featured in the 2012 April Fool's hacking, which remains one of the most significant controversies in the Roblox platform. On occasion, the B-200's countenance may intermittently flash, albeit in a black hue. The design in question is of an antiquated nature, possessing a lower level of detail. It bears a resemblance to the emoticon depicting a smiling face, albeit in a red hue and with frames that cause it to appear to be in motion. B-200 uses an aim script to locate all players within a range. He will spawn behind a door without warning, but his ambience can mostly be heard depending on the situation you are in. But if you don't hide, will indeed get you killed. Running won't help, as B-200 can accelerate its speed the longer it chases you. When all players hide, B-200 will slowly shrink, then proceed to death spawn. Note, this is a speculation. The older version of B-200 would stay in the current room. When older B-200 makes its appearance, it will leave a particle within the middle of the room, and similarly to TLP-150, it would teleport around in the room it last spawned in until it proceeds to then death spawn. Here's some information about the entity B-244. B-244 is the 12th entity you will encounter throughout the B section, and the 28th entity you may encounter throughout rooms, though detailed, as a whole. More information about B-244 will be presented in the following sections below. B244 appears to be a red face with photorealistic features. It has only one eye and set eye switches through different images of photorealistic eyes. The mouth has the same feature, its teeth swapping pictures to give off a surreal feeling, and also giving off the feeling of a multi-monster, like A60. B244 will rush towards the latest room at an incredible pace, similar to B140. Once it reaches the current room, it will stay stationary for a few seconds before its eye and mouth disconnect, similar to B140, which makes B244 the second entity in the game to have a splitting mechanic. More information about B244's eye and mouth will be presented below. B244's eye will rush from the front at slow speeds once the main entity splits, its goal being headed towards the beginning of the B section. Its mechanic is very similar to A200, only rushing towards players if they are in the open, and being able to kill players that are hidden under tables. When B244 disconnects, the eye will have a 2-second delay before detecting players under tables, which means tables that are located in the current room are safe to use up until B244 emerges back. Whenever B244 splits, its mouth will start checking every locker in the current room at a speed very similar to A105. Any players found by B244 mouth will be killed instantly. Once it's done checking lockers, the mouth and eye will then merge back into the main entity, which is just B244. Whenever B244 splits, its mouth will start checking every table in the current room, similar to B120 and Mod 2. Any players found by B244's mouth will be killed instantly. Once its mouth is done checking tables, it will then merge back into the main entity, which is just B244. Here's some information about the entity B270. B270 is the 11th entity that players will encounter during their journey in the B section. This entity looks like a distorted A60, with some parts of the faces being replaced with the iconic fleshy face and the iconic SCP-087B face. The first of its faces can't be seen and, along with pupils, much gory for his faces, its mouth wide and smiling, its pupil bigger, the face is a pupil, though its themed has two faces, fleshy faces accompanied by big pupils, it has more hands. This face is also as white and currently being clear. However, a mouth that originates from SCP-087B. B270's second face also appears to be a similar grinning face using the SCP-087B's face mouth. However, it uses the guy, also known as A60's first face's eyes, and is colored purple. The third faces can't be seen by fleshy face's eyes with more hands, very much gory. Its mouth seemed widened, and that muzzle out originates from SCP-087B. B270's entire fourth face is the fleshy face mouth once again, but stretched vertically. In the middle can be seen SCP-087B's face. B270 can boost its speed every 2 to 3 seconds. Each boost of speed will make a static-like sound effect and boost B270 about 14 rooms ahead of B-270. Will rush to the main room using these boosts and redound 2 to 4 times during its lifetime. During B270's lifetime, it will make constant funking noises every 3 to 5 seconds. The behavior of B270 is similar to G250. G250 will be in another tape, involving quick and repetitive redowns without checking any hiding spots, unlike some rushers like B140 and B170. During its lifetime, B270 will emit a sound that sounds like a powerful laser beam or some fluorescent lights. It will also make constant funking noises every 3 to 5 seconds. To avoid B270, hide in any hiding spot that is available. Here's some information about the entity B300. B300 is the 14th and final entity you may encounter within the B section. and the 30th entity you will encounter throughout rooms, though detailed. As a whole, Paint-300 appears to be like A25, except with no weird, elongated, and stretched eyes. Instead, it has a drag effect that points downward towards the bottom. It also has a melting effect. Upon spawning, P300 will make its debut at the first room in the P- section. P-300 will stay stationary for a couple seconds before rushing to the current room. During P300's lifetime, it will spawn its minions known as BP300, even while rushing. Once P300 has reached the current room, P300 will stay stationary for a while, continuing to spawn its minions. Paint-300's minions can also damage you while inside a hiding spot, so you'll have to put it all in your luck once P300 reaches the main room and spawns multiple BP300s. After staying stationary for a while, P300 will nest down